Have you been thinking about making the move to Alberta, Canada? Or are you just curious about what it's like to live in Alberta? You're going to want to check out this video where I go through the 5 pros and the 5 cons about living in Alberta. I'm going to start out with the cons. Number 1 is the weather. The weather can be crazy. It can be crazy cold, it can be crazy warm. The one thing that you can predict about the weather in Alberta is that it is ever changing. We can have snow one day and then plus 10 the next day, minus 40 degrees Celsius one day and plus 10 degrees the following day. So if you're interested in living in an area where weather is always a flip of the coin, this would be the province that you would want to relocate to. Number 2 con, I would say, would be the cyclical economy that Alberta is based on. It is natural resource centric typically, and as a result, especially with oil prices and different sort of natural resources, the economy does go up and down sometimes, and if your job is dependent on natural resources, that can cause you to have a little bit of strife in your lifestyle. Of course, you can always get a government job like in Edmonton, and there are a lot of permanent jobs here where you are not so dependent on the economy. So there are a lot of options in Alberta for whatever type of job that you might like. Number 3, Alberta is landlocked. So if you like the ocean or the coast and the coastal vibe, especially West Coast, Alberta does not have that. We have a lot of parks and a lot of different spots that you can hang out at, but it does not have ocean or another issue with it is it's a little more challenging to get throughout the world to different locations. For instance, if we are a little bit closer to the coast, it would be easier to get to Hong Kong or to China if you are working internationally. Number 4 would be if you're considering living in a rural area, it can be very isolated. There is not that many services. If you like being isolated or you like your privacy, then moving into rural Alberta might be a place for you. However, a lot of the rural communities have a little bit of lower services. They're definitely closed on a Sunday. And number 5 is the crime rate. The crime rate is a little bit higher here. It could be because of the cyclical economy, because sometimes when times are good, then more people move here. When times are bad, then we've got people that are a little bit more hungry. That results into theft or a higher crime rate. I'm not exactly afraid for my life. However, the crime rate can be a little bit higher here than the rest of Canada. Now let's get to the lighter things and the positive, the pros about living in Alberta. And there's tons of these. So number 1 of the pros, I would say, is Alberta is known for its big sky. And years ago, I lived in the mountains, and I did miss, when I was living in the mountains, the big skies. The open skies, the blue skies, and a lot of sunlight. Alberta is known for its bright sunlight and how lovely it can be. And also in the summers, we have a ton of natural light late into the summer nights. So you can enjoy your evenings around a campfire or whatever you choose to do in Alberta during the summer. And that's a really nice positive thing. Number 2 would be Jasper, Banff, and our national parks in the mountains. Now, these are the World Heritage Site, UNESCO sites, and people from all over the world flock to come visit these places. So we've got Waterton National Parks, close to Edmonton here, about 20 minutes away. We have Elk Island National Park, we have Banff National Park, we have Jasper National Park, Lake Louise. We have an abundance of natural scenery that is beautiful and is stunning. Actually, the highway between Jasper and Banff is one of the most scenic highways in the world, and this was noted by National Geographic. Number 3, Alberta is known as the camping capital of all of the world. So we have an abundance of lakes and campgrounds. So if you enjoy outdoors activities, then Alberta is going to be one of the places or the place that you might want to consider moving to. Number 4, affordability. Edmonton particularly has been noted as one of the most affordable cities to live in North America. The average house price in Edmonton is $390,000. So this is a great thing that a lot of people from other parts of Canada are noticing and moving from Vancouver and Toronto, where average house prices are $1 million, to Edmonton to experience that affordability. Not only that, we do not have a provincial sales tax. It makes living here a little bit more affordable. Currently in Edmonton and Calgary, the average condominium price is around $230,000. About 10 years ago, that average price was around $300,000. So there is a lot of opportunities for investment and for living affordably within this province. If you like this video, or if you have other ideas for videos, please comment below and subscribe to my channel, where I'm going to be dropping videos on a weekly basis. You can also like me on Instagram or Facebook. My name is Karen Stanko and I'm with RE/MAX Real Estate. I've been doing real estate for 18 years, and if you are considering moving to Alberta, I would love to be your real estate resource source. Karen Stanko with RE/MAX, thanks for joining me.